To present our first award for student editing, please welcome Mr. John Voight.
Of course I was talking to myself. When you're with David, you know what I mean, you have to do that. I'm here because I really, it's an opportunity to say thank you. When you have a career as long as I have had, you have a great debt owed to many editors. And of the group that David was referring to, who appreciates what you do, the art of editing, I am one of the, I guess, the leading the leaders of that band. Someone asked me about the difference between stage acting and film acting, and I said to them at one point, I said, well, film acting is a different animal. Film acting, as far as I'm concerned, is a conversation between the actors and, as an actor, between the actor and the editor. When the camera is there, you're talking to the editor. You're trying to bring forth truths that they will see and be able to use. So you do your job well and you pass it on. I had an interesting, I was going to tell it's the truth. When I'm very comfortable in front of a camera, and especially when they get to those big close-ups and you can see the eyes, you know, the eyes are the windows of the soul and all of that. If you get to the truth, you know the thoughts are registered, and the editor in his room can see what's going on and can use it. So it's a matter of me doing the best I can and passing it on. An example of this, I wasn't going to go on and tell you this, but this editor just happens to be here, and he's going to be following me. I did a film called Anaconda. I was actually introduced at the British Academy Awards by saying, well, John Voight has done so many great things, and they listed a whole bunch of things, and then for some ungodly reason he did Anaconda. Ladies and gentlemen, John Voight, and then I walked. But you know, it was one of my great successes, Anaconda, and this won't go very far, so I can tell you that the people who produced it didn't know what the hell I was doing. And they were really concerned. They thought that they'd have to, you know, take me out of the ship at certain points, you know. John, the director, would like to speak with you, you know. And he was a director from Peru. He said, John, I am concerned that the people will not understand you. Don't worry about it. I think they will, I said to Lucho. And I went through the film, and at the end of the film, and for those of you who have missed the experience, I mean, oh my God, woman. At the end of the film, you see, as I described to my mother, who was dying at the time, and this just about killed, I said, I better go into that too. I have 2 films, Mom. She wanted to go on location. It was, you know, she was, you know, toward the end of her life, and I took her on everything I could get to her. And she said, "What's next?" And I said, "Well, I have 2 films. One is one movie is called Rosewood, where I play a white person in a black town, and I save many women and children." She said, "What's the other one?" And I said, "Well, the other one is a picture that's shot in Brazil on the Amazon River, and I play a snake poacher who is eaten and regurgitated by a snake." And she said, "I'd never been to Brazil." But anyway, at the end of the picture, I'm in dire straits, and I've actually been eaten by a snake, and I had to come in for the makeup. And they did this makeup, this fellow Kenny Diaz, who was trying to get my eye to pop out, and it didn't work. And I was getting very frustrated, and I had this eye here that was going to pop out, and they had a pump to pop it out. Well, anyway, so I'm covered with goo, goo, and I'm sitting in my trailer with this goo on, and they're trying to get the eye to pop, and my cheek popped, but the eye didn't pop, and finally, I had all this makeup on and I go onto the set, and I'm supposed to be thrown out of this anaconda, the snake, and I land at the feet of Jennifer Lopez. And I went to the makeup man because I didn't have any friends on the set. They kept thinking that there was something wrong with my performance. I mean, performance? What? I couldn't even move. And so I was thrown. I did this thing where I'm supposed to be thrown out of the thing, And I did the best I could to act that I was thrown out of a snake. And I land. And the only thing that I didn't have everything was like frozen except my eye. And I told my makeup man, I said, watch the next take. And this is a direct signal to the editor, I'm telling you, because nobody knew I did this until the editor discovered it. I was thrown out, I land at the base of Jennifer Lopez, and I've got only my eye opens, and I went, I winked at her. It became one of the most successful events in the film. The editor found that it was really true that the editor really kind of was the only person that got it, and I didn't know because, as you know, you guys are somewhere, as David described, in these little rooms somewhere, and they keep you away from the actors, And he was my only friend on the set. And I was just kind of keep sending him messages, and he did a brilliant job, really a wonderful job in that film. But Mike will be up very shortly. Anyway, now I'm going to be reading the nominations for the student editing competition. And this year, nearly 100 film students edited the same scene. And when people say, well, what's the difference with editing? I said, you get 100, same scene, same footage, 100 different versions. And as David said, you can do almost anything. So it's the great talent of the editor is to find the best road through all of that material. Sometimes it's voluminous, of course. But anyway, only 3 finalists were selected as nominees. And this is a wonderful program that you guys have. It's very moving to me to hear how these kids come forth, and then they're mentored, and you're bringing forth a new generation of talent. So this is an important award, and I'm very glad to be the one to present it. So the nominees, here they are: Jeremy Hung, Dodge College; Stephen Priston, AFI; Michael Smith, AFI; and the Eddie goes to Michael Smith. Michael.
Hi. thank you very much. I'm very nervous. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone at ACE. This is a huge honor. I would like to thank the American Film Institute, my instructors, Stan Selfis, Farrell Levy, Howard Smith, Don Camburn, and Marty Nicholson, who most of are here tonight, I think. Also, I would like to thank my beautiful wife, Whitney, and my family, who always told me it was cool to pursue art, and here I am. Thank you.